This tutorial is going to be for the block shapes that you previously did isometric sketches for. There were 9 of them. The ones not shown here are the 2 triangles, but we're going to be doing all 9 of them on Onshape. So your assignment notice is called block shapes, not one specific shape, because we're going to be adding them all here on the bottom. We're just going to add new tabs once we go on to a new shape. So first thing I'm going to do is right click where it says Part Studio 1. Rename that to, we're going to start with the cube, so you know which shape is which. You can really start this since it's the same on any view, and I'm going to go through the dimensions really quickly, just because you should be referring to your dimensions that you measured from your when you did the isometric sketching portion of this activity. So your dimensions might be different than mine, and that's perfectly okay because most of those block shapes are not the same size. So with the cube, as I was saying before, you can really pick any plane to start on since it's all the same. So I'm just going to do it on the front view. Remember, if you want to hide the other 2 views, just click on the eyeballs. I'm going to do a center point rectangle, hover over the origin. Now with the dimensions, if you have something like a 16th or 5/16 or an 1/8 or 9/16, 5/8, anything like that, Onshape does not like a whole number with a fraction, so you either have to type it in decimal form or type it in as an improper fraction. So for example, if it's 1 1/8, you would put 9/8, or you can just do 1.125. Okay, so I'm going to put in my dimensions. I have my cube, hit escape, bring my dimensions in closer, go back to the trimetric view so I can see my 2-dimensional square become 3. The extrude tool, click on my cube, same as whatever you did for your 2 dimensions. Put it in the depth, hit the check mark, and your cube is done. If you don't want to see any of the planes, you could just click hide, trimetric, and it zooms it in right into the center of the screen for you. So the cube is now done. We're now going to add a new tab. We're going to do, so the plus, and then create Part Studio. And it pulls up a new document here for you. And notice how it says now Part Studio 1, which we're going to rename to the square prism. So same format as the cube, but now we're going to just make it taller. Just doing the math real quick of what my fraction would be. Okay, so I'm going to do this one on the top so that it's the square, and then I'm just extruding it up for the height. So I'm going to hide my front and my right view, create a sketch on the top plane, center point rectangle. I got my cube. Go back to this view. I'm going to do the height now. So extrude, this time I'm going to click E on my keyboard. Oops, sorry, Shift E. I knew there was something I was missing. And my height is, oops. So now here is my square prism. Voila. So it's the same cube that we have here, same size, but now it's just taller. So square prism, cube are both done. We're going to stick with the more rectangular shapes for right now. So we'll do the small rectangular prism. Insert new tab. Create Part Studio. Right click. Rename. Small rectangular prism. And I'm just hitting enter to get the name down there. I think for this one, I'm going to do it on the front view and extrude it back. So I'm going to hide my top and my right, select front from my cube over here, sketch, front, and I'm still going to do a center point rectangle from the origin. So on the bottom, and this is, oops, did it the wrong way. No, wait. Oh, I was supposed to do my height. Hold on. So good way to show that how you can edit dimensions, because I made a mistake. I did what it would be from the top view. So if you ever need to edit your dimensions, hit escape, and then you can double click on it. So it pulls it up for you to be able to edit it. So this has to be this instead. There we go. Move this in closer. Check mark. Go back to this view. Extrude my shape here. And you can have it go either way if it comes out this way or yours defaults to go in that way. It really doesn't matter. But this is now going to be that. Check. And here is the small triangular prism. Or rectangular, sorry. So now we're going to do the tall, which is going to be the same. It's just the height's going to be taller. So plus, create part studio. Wait till it loads. Right click, rename. Tall rectangular prism. And if you ever spell something wrong, just right click, rename, and you can edit whatever the name is here. So I'm going to do this one exactly the same as I did the previous one, the small, and then it's just going to be a taller height, that's all. So hide my top and my right, click on the front, sketch, on the front plane, center point rectangle, origin, drag it out. It defaults to the bottom, so, and this is, okay, check mark, oops, 3D view, extrude, click on the object, and this should be, if it's not the same, that is possible that yours might be a little bit longer than your small rectangular one was, but it should be relatively about the same. So now if I hide the front view, zoom it in more, voila, now we have the small and the tall. So we're basically done with all of the square and rectangular size, so now we'll move on to the triangular. So plus, create part studio, right click, rename. Let's start with the small triangular prism. This one I'm going to do on the front view because that is where the triangle would be. So you can't really do that specific type of shape from any other view. So sketch, front, I'm going to hide my top and my right. Click on the cube over here. We're just going to use the line tool. You can use an inscribed polygon, so I'll just show you that real quick. The number here, you just pull it in or out to change the amount of objects you have. You could also do a circumscribed polygon, which would put the circle on the outside here. And then your diameter would be from edge to edge here. So in that case, I would do this. And then drag this out here. You could make this horizontal, so, or perpendicular, whatever you want to do. That just makes it stable. This tells you what the edge is. Or you can do, if you would like, okay, that was the other one, the line tool. and just place it on, it's horizontal. If the, you can kind of see this little dotted line here. It's also highlighting the origin. So I'm just going to go across, type in what the measurement is. I'm going to do the height now. Now, if you hover over the center, you can see it creates like that little dotted line, so you know that you have a good height. And I'm just going to do these for now, so I know that it is centered. You could add a midpoint here so that this midpoint would be on the origin. That would center it, but it really doesn't matter. You could also just drag it over until you see that square. That way you know it's centered, so it really doesn't matter. But now I'm going to add the dimension because it was for the line itself, but we want the height from the origin to the top, which is what we measured. And we have that view here. So hit my check mark. Here's our triangle. Hide my top and my right view. Extrude my triangle to what I measured. Yeah. All right, so I wasn't actually typing. Double click on your extrusion. You can change what you need to for your measurement. There we go. And here is that small triangular prism. Voila. We're now going to do the tall. Right click, name. For this one, I would recommend doing the line tool because this one's more of a right angle, whereas the other one was not. And the polygons kind of, they don't really allow you to create that right angle. So I would definitely use the line tool for this one if you did not in the small triangular. So again, I'm going to do this on the front view. So hide my other views. I just like to have them hidden. It makes it easier for me to see everything. So line tool, you can start from the origin, have it cross over the origin, whatever you would like to do. As I got that. So now you know it's perpendicular when that little icon on the right is a vertical line, as well as the orange dotted line that's coming up on the side here, or like on over the line. And then you just connect to that bottom corner. You know it's connected when you see that orange square around. Follow proper dimensioning guidelines. I just like it centered, so I clicked the midpoint, the line, and then the origin. It just puts it on the center. You don't have to do that. I just personally like to have it that way. We're now going to extrude this. And now you have your triangular prism, the tall. Now we just have all of the circular portions left. Create Part Studio. We'll do the cylinder first since that's nice and easy. This one I'm going to do on the top view and extrude it up because again, the circle is from that top view. Top. Hide the other two. Click top from my cube there. Center point circle. The diameter is whatever you measured. Follow proper guideline rules. Go to that trimetric, extrude, click on your object. And here's your cylinder. Now we'll do the half moon. Part Studio, right click, rename. So this is the arc. So for the bridge, you can either use the line tool, create the outline of it, and then it has an arc portion, or you can create the rectangle and then the arc in the middle. I find it easier just to make the arc in the middle. Center point rectangle. Point arc. You could also do a center point arc. Maybe we'll try that one. Nah, I would do the 3-point arc. That way you can select the 2 points. So now here, dimension, point to point. Notice how you can't see the numbers if you try putting it in the middle. So I'm going to bring them out. Here to here. You want that centered there. I don't know why it doesn't like that. There we go. If you just delete that midpoint, I don't know why. But you can now add the dimension here of whatever it gives you. It's okay if it does not match your measurement from your actual arc or your bridge, but hit the check mark, trimetric, new first, and do this. That's going to be a lot better. Oops. And here is your bridge.